Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And I was meditating here, upon a lesson. I was just thinking about, sometimes you just think about the gravity and the magnitude of everything, and so sometimes it just hits you, the reality of things. All right. And the fact that what we believe in, is actually something that's getting ready to happen. As a matter of fact, it's happening, as we speak. Okay, it's happening day by day, and putting it all together that, there's more to life than just what we've been exposed to, or there's more to life than just what we're used to hearing, all right, and we're used to knowing. We got to take heed at the fact that we only get one chance, all right? We only get one shot to get it right, because this time that we're in right now it's only going to come once, all right? As a matter of fact, it's happening now and it's never going to happen again. And yes, it's chaotic. Yes, all hell's going to be breaking loose. Yes, you have your ups and downs, but it is an opportunity, all right? The only one that you're going to get. Now, the fact that you or we know we're Israelites and we believe in this truth, and think about it, any one of us could have been like the individuals or the people we see out in the world, who have, some of them just completely are oblivious to what's going on right now. They're living their life without the consideration, without the thought that there's actual prophets on the earth doing the work of the Lord, and they claim to believe in the Lord, but they're not involved in it. And it isn't until later on in the future that they're gonna, realize that, oh, damn, like now you think, well, damn, if I was back then during the time of the apostles, during the time of the Messiah, I would have wanted to be with them. I would have wanted to be rocking with them, following what the Lord was teaching and so on and so forth. But just like you have now, back then you also had individuals that could care less. They were going about doing their regular stuff. They said, look, I don't care about this, right? An example would be, what's his name? I think it's Julius Tiberius Alexander, or Tiberius Julius Alexander, one of them. Well, he was an Israelite, all right? But he helped the Romans besieged Jerusalem, okay, during the siege when Vespasian left his son Titus in charge. So he clearly didn't care about the Commonwealth of Israel and this, that, and the third. He could care less about all that, right? So just like today, you're going to have those individuals, and the Lord could have had it to where any one of us could have been those individuals, not being involved in this. So that's why he and we're going to go to that in Matthew 13, that he told his disciples that blessed are your eyes, for they see. Because for many have wanted to, look into the things that we see, but it wasn't given to them. But for us, we've been given that opportunity to have a chance, to have a shot at salvation, at these immortal thoughts. The ability for you to believe these things and not think it's crazy or it's fairy tale or it's bugged out. That's not because you're crazy. That's because it's a special spirit the Lord has put on you. All right. And you have to take heed in how you operate with the luxury of having the spirit of the Lord. Okay. With the luxury of knowing. Salakia. All right. All right. Salakia. With the luxury of having this truth. All right. So now I'm going to start off here, the book of Revelation, chapter 22, because those that take this truth seriously, and, if you truly believe that this is the word of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, and you truly believe that, this is what's going to get you salvation, and that immortality is real, and reincarnation is real, and Yahweh Shai is going to come back in those chariots and crown you, and you believe that by obeying the word of the Lord, all right, and following Salakia, the men that have the truth, you can obtain that, then you will take heed as to what you do so that you can continue in that good light, in that good grace, and your chances of getting to that goal can be as great as possible because you only get one shot. If you're playing a video game and you're on your last life, I guarantee you, if you're a smart player, you're not going to be, if it's a shooting game or whatever, you're not just going to be rushing up everywhere, boop, 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 you know, because it's your last life. And if you get killed on that level, you're done. So you're going to be very cautious in how you move, where you go, what you do, you know. And that's how you got to think about it in this truth. You have to be cautious. You have to be circumspect, not just of what's around you, but what's within you as well, so that you can maximize your chance. Not that it's really up to you, but just a way of thinking, right? So this is the book of Revelation, chapter 22, verse 6. And he said unto me, these sayings are faithful and true. And the Lord God of the holy prophets sent his angel unto his servants, his angel to show unto his servants the things which must surely be done. Salakia, give me 1 second. Just 1 second. All right. So I'm gonna read that again. Revelation chapter 22, verse 6. And he said unto me, these sayings are faithful and true. And we believe that. All right. We believe that the Lord sent his angel to John and he saw these visions and he wrote it down. And we believe that they're faithful and true. And we believe it's going to happen. And we believe that if we do the things that are written in this book the right way, we will get the reward that's written. Right? It says, and the Lord God of the holy prophets. I mean, if you look at what's going on, everything is in disarray. All hell is starting to break loose. Like it's going up incrementally. All right, it's going up incrementally. It says, the Lord God of the holy prophets sent his angel to shew unto his servants the things which must surely be done. Now, when John received this is over 2,000 years ago, right? Or right around that 2,000 years ago. And the Lord said, shortly come to pass. All right, so how much shorter is it now that we are in the end of the end days, the latter of the end days? Verse 7, behold, I come quickly. Blessed is he that keepeth the sayings of the prophecy of this book. All right. And so there you go. Blessed is he that keepeth the sayings of the prophecy of this book. And a part of that saying is Revelation 13:16, Revelation 3:10. The Lord says he's going to keep you because you have kept the word of his patience. He's going to keep you from the hour of temptation. All right. Amongst many other things. And the book, yeah, it deals with the book of Revelation, but it's really the whole scriptures. You have to keep it. That's why the scriptures say eat the whole roll. And I, John, saw these things and heard them. And when I had heard and seen, I fell down to worship before the feet of the angel which showed me these things. Then saith he unto me, see thou do it not, for I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren the prophets. Ooh. And of them, so like the angel said, I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren the prophets. And of them which keep the sayings of this book, worship the Most High. You see? So the angel told him, look, don't get carnal now. You know, I'm not here so you can worship me. I'm not here so, oh my gosh, it's an angel. Because initially you see an angel, you're like, what the, you know? But he's like, look, I'm here to deliver a message, which is much more important than me. Okay? Don't, you looking at me and you like, damn, that's crazy. But the angel's like, no, I got something even heavier. All right. And that's this word. And that's why he said, well, worship God. Verse 10, and he saith unto me, seal not the sayings of the prophecy of this book. So you want to know why we're constantly on prophecy and prophecy and prophecy? Because right now is the time of prophecy. Right now, prophecy is most important. Okay? And as prophets, we have to prophesy. So we need to know the prophecies if we're going to prophesy. You can't say something before if you don't know what you're going to say. If you don't know about what it is that you have to say, then how do you go about saying it? You know? You have to understand it. So it says here, verse 11, he that is unjust, as a matter of fact, it says, verse 10, and he saith unto me, seal not the sayings of the prophecy of this book, for the time is at hand. And now the time is at hand, even most at hand, where these prophecies are being fulfilled before our eyes. And a part of the prophecy is that the elect are going to be delivered. Okay? So now that the time is very, very close, you have to not only keep doing what you have been doing if you're on the right track, but you have to step it up. All right, we were speaking about this, at the last street speaking, that you have to purchase a ticket to get on those chariots. And you don't know how much the ticket costs. But you know that every time you put in work, you're increasing, as Apostle Ramlob says, you're spiritually depositing. Right? So every time you put in this work, you're depositing something into the account, into the spiritual account. And when the time comes, you can then, when you finally find out the price, that's when you can see if you have enough, if your work is sufficient to purchase that ticket. But if you don't know how much the ticket costs, you should be trying to rack up as much money as possible, but you can have some left than to not have enough money. Okay? So that means that you put in work every chance you get. And you don't want to miss out on the ticket because you didn't put in enough work. Right? If you miss out on the chariot, let it just be because you know what? The Lord just decided no matter what you do, he just ain't going to give it to you. Don't let it be because of lack of, interest. Lord sees something in you and says, no, I don't want you a part of this. I called you, I gave you a chance, but I don't want you. You don't want it to be like that, because then you're rejected. All right. You don't want to be rejected of the Lord, because rejects are gonna get harsher judgments than even those that didn't even come in here in the first place. So continuing on, Revelation 22, verse 11. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. Because now we're at the point where if we're all running and you fall and we're telling you, brother, get up, and you're not even trying to get up, we cannot stop our momentum to come and bend down and then pick you up while there's a time and we got to reach the finish line at a certain moment. There's only so much we can do, Now, it's one thing to see, your brother falling and you just jump over them and just keep running and ignore them. But, sometimes just those words of, yo, brother, get up, we got to go, will be enough to just get them up, and then they keep running. Or don't give up, man, we almost there. Okay? But you telling the brother, yo, we got to go, and you still running, and they just laying there. Now, they went from like, slightly laying where their elbow is there and they're like slightly up to now they just lay flat on the floor. Like, what do you do with somebody like that? You just keep going. All right? So he that is unjust, let him be unjust still, because time is so short now and things are getting tighter. All right? Things that, times are getting tough. All right? Times are getting tough to where you need to be tough. You need to have a certain mentality. You need to have a certain mindset. And you need to have a certain preparedness level to be willing to do certain things, to go a certain mile, to be serious. Because there's literally absolutely no room for slacking or game playing, because that can get you killed. That's how tough the times are, and it's only going to get tougher and tougher. So if your mindset is getting more into folly, and simple-minded, childish things, you're not going to make it in these hard times. All right? If you don't know how to cooperate, you're not going to make it in these times. Because you may be with a group, and then bros might say, yo, you go here, grab this, do this. Well, why I got to do it? It's cold out. I'm scared. Why can't you have somebody else do it? And you know what? They might say, okay, the spirit might jump on them and say, all right, cool. Tell another brother to do it. But you stay away from us. You're not a part of, you go out, you do something else. Don't follow us. And the Lord might have it to where the Spirit just separates your ass, and now you cast out there into outer darkness because you ain't want to do what was needed for the group. You know? Keep in mind, look, man, there's lessons that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai shows us now. And if you're not spiritual and you think it's just on a low level, those same lessons are going to come up in Jacob's trouble. It's just when it comes up in Jacob's trouble, you're not going to get a second chance. When it comes up in Jacob's trouble, the Lord expects you to pass or else you die. So if you have like a disobedience, or you're told something, you want to do another thing, or you just don't want to do whatever it is, it may seem minor now, but in Jacob's trouble, the same problems will arise to test you. Certain characters, certain decisions that you're going to have to make, it will arise to test you in Jacob's trouble. And if you fail that test in Jacob's trouble, you're going to die. Your chance is now. So if there's something that you're doing that the Lord is like, no, I don't want that, he'll bring it out. Or something you're not doing and the Lord is like, no, I want you to do that, he'll bring it out now. But if you don't see it and fix it, when the time comes in Jacob's trouble, when you're tried with the same problem, just with higher stakes, you're done. All right? Hey, it's words now, but it's going to be action soon. And times are going to get deadly serious. When we say deadly serious, we mean serious to the point of death. All right? So it says, continuing in Revelation 22:11, and he that is righteous, let him be righteous still, and he that is holy, let him be holy still. So those that are doing what they have to do, keep doing it. Those that are not, and you don't want to get it, you're going to stay that way. And you know why the Lord is saying let him be unjust still? Because then you're being reserved for judgment. Verse 12, and behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me. And the Lord told this to John right around like 2,000 years ago. He said he's coming quickly. So you're not going to have a chance to, scramble trying to do this, that, and the third. All right. Oh, yeah, Khan. Yep, like the brother put, there was that prophet who the Lord told him to go up to the northern kingdom. I believe he went to prophesy against Jeroboam. And the Lord told him, when you go to that land, don't eat or drink anything there. And when you return, go back another way. Don't go back the same way, And then the Lord put the Spirit on another prophet to go and tell him, no, on his way back. See, he was following what the Lord told him, right? He was following what the Lord told him. But, hey, uncomfortable truths. Yeah, I believe that's a sister. Just stick to Shalom. Stick to Shalom, and then that's it. You don't need to put up precepts. All right, just stick to Shalom, and then that's it. All right. Now, and you might not mean any harm by it, but just for order's sake, just when women come on the common board, hey, just Shalom and just listen. All right, brothers will take care of the precepts on the common board and so on and so forth. Right. Nevertheless, this prophet was doing what Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai told him until he stopped. Right? Because he was doing it, then the other prophet came and said, oh, an angel came up to me and he said, nah, come, it's all good. And this prophet over here, instead of taking heed to what the Lord told him, he said, oh, shit's another prophet, an angel came to him. What did Paul say? He said, I think there's two precepts, and I don't want to merge them in. I know one of them says that nothing shall be able to separate us from the love of the Most High. But there's another precept that says though I think it said though man or angel preach another gospel that is not preached by us, then don't listen to it. Something along those lines. But I think it had the word angel in there. It said though it be either a man or an angel comes and tells you something other than the doctrine we've taught you, don't take heed to that. Right? So you stick to what you know and what you've been assured in, and you continue. All right, you continue in that. So as we're saying, man, you're gonna see it. The water, bro. GMS Spiritual Temple 2. Galatians 1 and 8. Let's get that real quick. Then we'll come back to Revelation. That's the one right there. That's the one right there. That's it. That's it. Just give me 1 second. The way I got my phone positioned is little. I don't want to, like, you know, tap it too much, because then it might fall, and I don't want that to happen. So let's see what the brother put. Galatians 1 and 8. All right. This is the book of Galatians chapter 1 and 8. And it says, but though we or an angel from heaven preach any other gospel unto you than that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed. See? So the mistake that prophet did was he instead of following what the Lord said and sticking to that, the Lord is not double-minded. Okay? So he went and ate, and then the Lord killed him. All right? The Lord killed his ass just like that. It says here, continuing Revelation 22, verse 12. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give every man according as his work shall be. Look, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, the Most High is a father. Yahweh Shai is our big brother. That's family. But you have to do what's pleasing to them. All right? And if they're pleased, they will bless you. All right? If what you do pleases the Lord, the scriptures say that when a man's ways please the Lord, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him. You know what that means? He maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him. That means the Lord will bless your hands and things to the point where, you know, he'll preserve you, to where even somebody that is your enemy might end up helping you out if you're in a, you know, in a certain area. They won't, you know, that trouble won't come your way. Because you have to think about it. If you have a servant or a son, right? Think about it like this: a son who is obedient, who goes the extra mile, who makes you proud, who makes you happy that you are, you know, that you are his father. Now, he may not be perfect. He has his flaws, but he's always trying to fix them. He's always praying, you know, asking you, oh, Dad, how can I, you know, what can I do to better this? You say, you know, son, you should really read more, or you should really get into this more, or whatever, you know, and then he does it. Or he goes to school, he takes a test, he doesn't pass, or he doesn't get a high enough grade, and then he comes, and before you even say anything, he's already working on it, because he knows that he could have done better, you know? Now you think if that son came and asked you for maybe a book that he can read to help him get better grades, as a father, you think you would sit there and say no? Do you think you would want to harm him for that? No, you would love your son even more, because even people whose children are disobedient and, you know, not pleasing to them necessarily, they still love them because those are their children. So how much more will that love be amplified if your child pleases you? You know, if you can see yourself in your child. Like, let's say you're a father and you have a son, and you can see yourself in your son, you know, and you're just so proud, like, damn, man, like, look, he listens, he's doing this. What would you not want to give to them? You know? And then whatever they ask for is not something. See, look, when your son does something, right? He's studying, and then I'm just using a worldly example right? And then he comes to you Christmas time and asks for a video game or for this or for that. You might get it for him because you're like, yeah, you've been putting in work, you've been studying hard, right? But that still tells you something about where his mentality is, because if that's all he's asking for, yeah, he's studying and he's doing his chores and whatnot, but every opportunity he gets to send a request to you, he's asking for a new video game or a phone or something like that. You'll do it because he's still doing what's pleasing to you. But now imagine if you had a son who's studying and doing what he has to do, but when it comes time to ask for something, he's asking for something that can help him do what it is that, whether it's in school or whatever, he can do it better. You know, and he's not asking for video games that's like on the other side. He's asking for the things he's asking for more books. He's asking for a new calculator. He's asking for a computer so he can do this. How much more willing would you be to bless him with that? And I say all that to relate it back to this. When we are doing the will of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, as a father, he gets happy. And so when you ask for something, chances are he'll bless you with it. But wouldn't he even be happier if when you get an opportunity to ask for something, you ask for something like faith or more knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, you know, or a greater portion of the Spirit so that you can teach his word even more, so that you can do more in his word? How much more willing do you think the Lord will be to grant that for you? Because he's like, damn, you're doing what I like, and then you praying for me to give you the Spirit so you can do even more of what I like. Well, shit, I like this guy. I don't want nothing to happen to him. You know, any harm, any stress that could come to this individual, keep that shit far, far away, because I don't want to break or disrupt that flow and that tranquility, that like good flow mindset that he's in. And even if I'm gonna throw some tests his way, I'll do it in a way where you can get maximum output with minimum disruption. Okay? So these are all things you got to keep in mind. The Lord, the Heavenly Father, is a father. Okay? That's why in the scriptures there's so many analogies to a father and the son, a husband and a wife, a shepherd and the sheep, because that's actually how the Lord feels. All right? So going back to Revelation 22:12, as Yahushua said, and behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give every man according as his work shall be. Similar dynamic, having a big brother and you have a younger brother who looks up to you, who's constantly, oh, how did you do this? You know, I know, you know, you always coming to you for advice. How are you going to feel as a big brother? You're going to feel like, damn, you know, my little brother looks up to me, like whatever he's asking, shit, I'm going to help him. You know, and if there's something, I'm gonna talk to the Father for him. I want to do that. Okay. So it says here to give every man according as his work shall be. So your reward is gonna come according to your work, according to your work ethic, according to your behavior, according to, you know, how you behave and move representing the Lord, because the Lord looks at all of that, man. You know, it's not just about I know scriptures and I'm teaching, but how do you move? All right. See, that's one thing that also needs to be emphasized greatly. How do you move? You know, do you move in niggerish ways and justify it because you know things? Or do you move in a presentable way to where the Lord would want you to represent him? To where if there was an important meeting going on and the Lord couldn't make it, he wouldn't have a problem sending you, because he knows that you will conduct yourself in a way that people will speak well of the Lord, and not that you're here and then they're wondering why the hell, you know, would the Lord send him? See, that's also another thing. Just because you know things doesn't mean the Lord wants your ass. All right. Look, man, if you see a chick and she's bad, I mean, she, you know what I mean, pretty face, body and everything, but she's just a bitch. Like she's a hoe. You know what I'm saying? She's obnoxious. She's arrogant. You know, she sounds like a nigga. All this, she moves all, you know, all this extra shit. That is like, yeah, you may look good, but that your attitude, your energy, the way you move just canceled all that out. You know, so I don't even want you. All right, you may be qualified in looks, but that's not the only thing I'm looking at. See, so you may have an individual, he knows the breakdowns, he knows the scriptures, he knows this, that, and the third, but is he moving like that pretty chick who's a whore? You know, is he moving like that, you know, that arrogant way? And if he is, then the Lord is going to be, nah, you may know, but don't worry, I could teach somebody else. I could use you to teach somebody else and then throw your ass out because I don't like your energy. You have to keep in mind all these things. Justification doesn't come by just knowing shit. Okay? That's not how the Lord wants a complete. When the scriptures talk about the perfecting of the saints, it's not just in one department. All right? So, verse 13, I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they might have right to the tree of life and may enter in through the gates into the city. All right. Because if you are obedient unto the Lord, and if you truly are a prophet, or if you are truly a believer, you're not gonna feel burdened doing this word. Yes, we're in the flesh. You may get annoyed certain times. You may feel like, oh, certain times. But ultimately, when you get into it, you're gonna love it. You're gonna be, you're gonna be like, man, this, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is, like this, you feel alive. You feel good. After you do the work, you feel like you've let out what you had to. You've fulfilled a portion of your purpose. You actually feel good doing the work of the Lord. That's that passion. If you have that, you'll be able to follow the commandments of the Lord, because this is what you do. All right? It's not something that's like you have to change your nature in order to do it. And then when you're done, you're like, oh, that's a relief. Now I could go back to who I really am. If that's how you're moving, you cannot do this. Because there's going to be certain things that are going to be required of you that you just won't be able to do. You just won't have it in you to do it. You just won't be able to go the extra mile because you're a hireling. You're just trying to pass and leave. You're not invested in this to the point where you want to go the extra mile. And if you want to do something, you'll go the extra mile. When you're doing something you like, why do you think when children play video games, they don't play for just 2 hours? They don't set a timer and say, all right, 2 hours, boom, 2 hours, whew, I'm done, I'm leaving. But when it comes to studying, the second they look in, it's like a 30 minutes left. Oh, shit, 30 minutes? All right, whatever. I'm going to read a bit more. 10 minutes? All right, cool. Read a bit more. 1 minute? All right, cool. Well, timer's up. Close the book. They're good. They're ready to do something else. Because the difference between the two is that they're invested. They want to do, when it comes to video games, they want to play it. So they don't have a problem going overtime. After the 2 hours, they want to keep going. But when it comes to studying, they're not really into that. So the second the time is up, whoo, close the book. I don't even want to touch it unless I have to. And if that's your energy in this truth, you won't go far. You have to be like the video game player with this truth. The truth got to be like your desire, to where 2 hours is up. You're like, damn, already? Nah, I want to keep going. As opposed to, woo, time is up, I'm out. That's not going to help you. Because you may think, oh, I'm doing this for somebody else, but really you're doing this for yourself the most. Because who's going to benefit from this, from doing this work, from obeying the Lord? You're going to benefit. All right? The Lord is he's not going to get salvation if you listen to him. You're going to get salvation if you listen to him. The Lord ain't going to, oh, I'm going to get a new body if you listen. No, that's for you. The kingdom is coming, but I can't get my kingdom unless you, no, you, if you want to be a partaker, need to listen. You're benefiting yourself. So don't move like you know what I'm saying, I'm doing this for somebody, like, yeah, like I don't even have to do this. No, well, if you want the reward, yeah, you do have to do this. Then you have to do it the right way. All right, verse 15, for without are dogs and sorcerers. And so you hear that? So if you don't enter through the gates, you don't get delivered, you don't get to go in the first round, and you on the outside, it says what? For without are dogs and sorcerers and whoremongers and murderers and idolaters and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. I, Yahushua, have sent mine angel to testify unto you these things in the churches. I am the root and the offspring of David, and the bright and morning star. And the Spirit and the bride say, come. And let him that heareth say, come. And let him that athirst come. All right? And he that is athirst is in need. He that is hungry is in need. All right? And so we are coming because we don't have it all. We need it. So we're coming to the Lord for it. So that's why you have to come humbly. Because the Lord is feeding you. So whatever requirements he has for you to keep getting fed, you got to follow that. If he says you got to wash the dishes, then you wash the dishes. It says, let him, and whosoever will, let him take the water of life freely. Verse 18, for I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book. If any man shall add unto these things, the Most High shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. So you don't temper with the word of the Lord. And that's why you have to fear. Out of fear, you have to know the truth. especially if you're going to teach it, because you don't want to add, whether unknowingly or knowingly, you don't want to add and mess up and transgress. All right. Verse 19, and if any man will take away from the words of this book, or of the book of this prophecy, the Most High shall take away his part out of the book of life. And if your part is out of the book of life, then guess what? Daniel 12:1, you ain't in that book, because you took away from the word of the Lord because of the way you felt, your feelings, and the way you would look to others. Then the Lord said, I'm gonna take your ass out this book. You know, how you like them apples? It says, and out of the holy city, and from the things which are written in this book, he which testifieth these things saith, surely I come quickly. And this is the third time the Lord has said that in this verse. I mean, in this chapter. Verse 7, behold, I come quickly. Right? Blessed is he that keepeth the sayings of the prophecy of this book. Verse 12, and behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according as his work shall be. Verse 20, he which testifieth these things saith, surely I come quickly. So Yahushua is letting you know, look, I'm excited. He's coming quickly. 3 times he said it. All right? I'm coming quickly. I'm coming quickly. Behold, I'm coming quickly. Yeah, I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Because the Lord is excited. He can't wait. And as we get closer and closer and closer, you know, the spirit gets more intense. All right? It says, Aman, even so come, Lord Yahushua. All right. Let me see some over here real quick. This is the book of Isaiah. I'm actually going to finish it here. Isaiah chapter 62, verse 1. And it says, for Zion's sake will I not hold my peace, and for Jerusalem's sake I will not rest, until the righteousness thereof go forth as brightness, and the salvation thereof as a lamp that burneth. So yeah, very soon, what you're going to see is people actually eating each other. Very soon, you will see, you know, the Lord having divine intervention to preserve his elect. Very soon, you will see the skies full of chariots. That day will actually come. It will actually come when you will look up. Like, you will remember. You'll be standing there if you're alive, all right, or wherever you're at, and you'll be standing there or whatever, and you'll see that day, you'll see a giant chariot right up in the sky. You're going to see the other chariots flying around, and it's going to hit you like this is the day that for so many years we've meditated on and thought, damn, man, when is it? And then you're going to think back to those different times like, yo, we kept talking about it's going to happen, and boom, we're actually looking at Yahushua's chariot. He's in there, you know? And then the missiles flying, the earthquakes, people getting beamed up. It's all going to be happening. You're going to experience it. You're going to see it. And you're going to hope that you are one of those that gets beamed up. Literally, everything depends on that. You know? So it says, and the Gentiles shall see thy righteousness, and all kings thy glory, and thou shalt be called by a new name, which the mouth of the Lord shall name. Thou shalt also be a crown of glory in the hand of the Lord, and a royal diadem in the hand of thy God. Thou shalt no more be termed forsaken, neither shall thy land any more be termed desolate, but thou shalt be called Hephzibah, and thy land Beulah. For the Lord delighteth in thee, and thy land shall be married. For as a young man marrieth a virgin, so thy sons marry thee. Okay, so because when we get it all back, it's gonna be new. It's gonna be brand new, refreshed, you know, juicy, fresh, beautiful, untouched, ready for us. It says, and as the bridegroom rejoiceth over the bride, so shall thy power rejoice over thee. Now imagine a bridegroom, the day he finally gets to marry the woman that he's been fiending over. Oh my goodness. And she's right there, and he's like, damn, you're so beautiful. And that's my wife right there. That rejoicing, like, yeah, that's how the Lord is going to rejoice over us. You know, so what won't the Lord give us in that day? That's why he said, while you are yet praying, speaking for it, the Lord is going to answer your prayers. All right. It says, I have set watchmen, verse 6, upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which are the prophets. all right, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. So the true watchmen, which never hold their peace day nor night, they're constantly pushing, speaking, talking on these things going on, okay, doing the work of the Lord, constantly abounding. Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence, and give him no rest till he establish, until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. So that's how you show the Lord that, you know what? We need you to come and deliver us. We're showing you our diligence. Every week we're out there. Every day we're putting out videos and lessons while we can, until they shut this thing down. If they take your channel down, you create another channel. The Lord ain't never say, oh, you could push until your channel gets taken down and that's it. Sometimes it hurts, because you could have a whole large, you either you have a lot of videos on there, or you have a lot of subscribers, and where the sheep can actually find it. But then your shit gets clipped. Understand that for YouTube's algorithm to pick up your channel, for them to strike you, for them to terminate your channel, even that doesn't happen unless the Lord sanctions it. So think about it spiritually. If the Lord allowed them to clip my channel, why? Maybe there's a reason, or else he wouldn't have had it happen. And if it happened, maybe he wants to see what I'm going to do, or maybe, whatever it is. So what do? You groan and you're so pissed, and then, you know what? I'm done with this. I don't want to do this anymore. No. Say, you know what? That's fine. We don't die, we multiply. You take this channel. And that's why, brothers have backup channels that like the brother said, I have 3 channels. Beautiful. You got backup channels that, as you may have a main channel, you have the backup channels there. So they're growing as well. So if something happens here, you can hop on there. But if you don't have a backup channel, you create another channel, and then you start over again, and you keep on pushing. Brothers will share it. Brothers will oh, nope, that's the new channel right there, so that the sheep can find it and learn. But the show doesn't stop. The show must go on. Even, sometimes you start off a new channel and you put up a video 5 hours, 10 hours later, you get 1 view, or 0 views, or, 8 views in like 2 days. That's fine. The fact that you're taking the time to still go into the scriptures, break it down, put in all the effort you were putting in before, and you put it out there, regardless of how many people are seeing it, the Lord is like, yo, this shows that this person is not doing my work out of clout sake, or because a lot of people watch his videos, that's why he does videos. But even to the point where there's nobody watching the videos, but yet this person is still consistently putting out content. The Lord is looking at that, so it's about my word. That's what it's about. When he strips everything else from you, what's left? When he takes away your pleasures, your possessions, your desires, he strips away all of that. He wants to see what's left. He wants to see the core, is the engine, is the core pure? And if it is, then now when he puts the things back on, he's going to put better parts, because he knows that these parts he's putting on are not going to go to waste, because the core is pure. So he might strip off a certain part of you, take something from you, so he can see what is your core. And then he can determine, well, whatever I took from him, maybe that was too good for him. Maybe his core is too dirty. He didn't deserve that. Or he can see, damn, whatever I took with him wasn't even good enough for him. Let me give him something better. Okay? Or he'll just restore it back to you. Nevertheless, man, overall message is that this is real. It's happening. Look around you. The prophecies we've been speaking of, they're happening. And it's going to get very, very serious out here. And you need to have that serious mindset. And you need to make sure that you're seriously on point, because the Lord will not accept anything less. And when I say he will not accept anything less, I mean, if you don't want to die, then you follow the ways that the Lord has set, and you follow it correctly. And when you slip up, you get back up and you keep on going. You catch up and then you go above. All right. So with that, I'm going to end it here. Lord willing, you were edified. The water for the precepts, on the common board, Yahweh Shem Shai Brakatham. To all you sincere listeners. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak Wadash. Until next time, Shalom.